What's going down? Will Freeman, RevolutionaryLifestyleZone.com, coming at you as loud. I know, man. I know you guys hate the street noise, but I'm doing it anyways, dude, because I'm out having a coffee, and I just want to tell you why contracts don't protect you in business, man. And the answer is, talking about you North American guys, you don't have the money to defend yourself in court. That's the reality. Peter Thiel recently said that a single-digit millionaire can't afford proper legal counsel in America, and he got roasted in the press, but he's right, dude. And by single digit, he means like guys who have, you know, a couple $1 million in the bank. They can't afford proper legal defense in America. I mean, they can pay for lawsuits, but you might, that might be 30% of your net worth, dude. Grant Cardone talks about, he had a lawsuit a couple years ago, it was $200,000 a month. $200K a month, dude. That's $2 million a year. So even if you have $2 million in the bank, that lawsuit or going to court over a business contract or whatever, over a partnership gone sour, can cost you in the millions. Or, I mean, even if you, like, just if you're a regular guy, I mean, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000. Man, my family started suing each other after my grandfather died, and like they were paying like 60, 70, 100, 150,000 just to defend themselves from another part of the family who thought that they had taken money from his estate, which they hadn't. I mean, like, families sue each other, let alone business partners, okay? People are funny over money. People get crazy over money, man. So the reality is, most people settle, right? They get ripped off by a partner. This happened to a friend of mine, okay, in a tech startup. The guy was stole 40 grand out of the company. My friend Z was funding the company. This guy, let's call him A, stole 40 grand, started using the company credit card, was spending it on taking girls out to like nice restaurants and buying clothes for himself. And when Z caught him, he started crying and begging and, you know, pleading not to go to jail. And Z decided not to take him to court because of the expense, as well as, you know, he just wanted him out of the company. So the guy stole 40 grand. In exchange, he just handed over all his shares to Z in the tech startup, and then Z brought me in. Tech startup didn't work in the end, so, you know, it cost Z $40,000. But like taking him to court to get his money back probably would have cost him $40,000 or $50,000. And who knows, the kid could have stalled. He had wealthy parents. He could have stalled for years or something like that. I mean, or most likely it would have gone to settlement, and it would have been like, okay, you know, we agree not to prosecute the criminal charges if you give 15 grand or whatever to settle, some bullshit like that. That's probably how it would have gone if he hadn't agreed to just, you know, take the shares back from him, which turned out to be worthless. So, lesson learned. Contracts don't protect you unless you're rich. Okay, that's how the legal system works. I mean, that's how a lot of life works. You're fucked if you're not rich, okay? I'm trying to tell you guys, some guys hate on that. Please don't shoot the messenger. Like, they shot Peter Thiel for being honest. It's like, well, no wonder these billionaires and these wealthy guys don't go on CNBC and tell you the truth. You people roast them. Like, he's trying to save some people. He's like, you know, he funded Hulk Hogan's lawsuit against Gawker because he, you know, Gawker outed him without his consent. He had a debt against Gawker, and he knew that Hulk Hogan couldn't afford to win that defamation lawsuit, even though Hulk Hogan had like $8 or $9 million in the bank. And that's the reality of it. Okay, so contracts, for the most part, aren't worth the paper they're printed on, because you got to go to court to get your money back. That could take 2 years, cost you $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. Or, you know, a better case scenario, you settle. That's still like a year or whatever. You're still paying legal fees, and maybe you get back a third or 25% of what you're owed. And there's people who abuse that system, who break contracts all the time, who know that, especially if they're wealthy, right? So, I mean, like, suing a guy for 20 grand, don't even waste your time, dude. Like, it's going to be hard to get your money back. It's going to take forever. It's going to cost you legal fees. It's like, just charge that to the game, man, and protect yourself better in the future, okay? it's also like why, you know, power players, a lot of power players do deals on handshakes. Like I've heard Brian Glazer and Ron, whatever his name is, like those high-level producers in Hollywood, they do handshake deals because the town's so small that if one guy breaks the handshake, like he doesn't follow through, his reputation's finished. Like all those deals depend on each other, so they're able to do deals on a handshake because they know that the guy's reputation's proven and that he has to follow through. His reputation's dead, and he can't get any more deals in that town because that town at the highest level is very small and everyone knows each other and everyone knows who's reputable and not. And neither of them would want to get into legal litigation anyways. So a lot of those deals are done on handshakes, which was interesting to know. So contracts don't protect you in business, especially if you're over here like I am in Southeast Asia or whatever. It's like, dude, forget about that. Forget about getting something enforced over here. So what do you do to protect yourself? Number one, go into business for yourself. Okay, I think sole proprietorship for the first business is your best move on your service business, which is what I recommend. Number two, if you're going to partner with somebody, partner with a close, capable, trusted friend. Okay, so he's smart, he's capable, he's hungry, he's well-mannered. You love him, he loves you, and you've known him for at least a year, ideally more, or at least like 6 months. Or if you don't know them as long as that, like I'm partnering with a couple readers here, I have my sides protected, right? So we're gonna roll out like RLD marketing, but the payment's gonna be processed on my site, right? And then I distribute the payments. So I'm not, liable to get money siphoned away from me. So protect yourself in those cases, but ideally you want guys who are down with the team, because they say not to partner with friends, okay? Like maybe ideally you don't partner with anyone, but as you start to scale up, like I need to be in 2 or 3 other businesses for me to, get to my 7 figures, my 8 figures. So I need partners, okay? But on my first business, RLD, that's still mine and always will be mine. And your first business should be that way. Like get to 6 figures on your own first, and then maybe consider partnerships because you only have so much time. But then do it with a trustworthy, capable, close friend, because otherwise you're partnering with strangers or enemies. And very often a stranger can turn into an enemy because you haven't screened him properly. If you're not doing, they say don't do business with friends, but then who the fuck do you do business with? Strangers or enemies, or you watch a stranger become an enemy. And I've seen that happen in 2 of my businesses. All right. Number 3, protecting yourself, get paid up front. You don't want a business where you're running around trying to chase down all your clients for invoices at the end of the month. And it's not like a consistent $1,000 or $2,000 a month. It's like, okay, you owe me $739, can you pay it? Dude, most people don't pay their bills on time. I've worked at companies where, we dealt with large insurance companies and they didn't pay their bills on time because we're not dealing with the CEO, we're dealing with Becky, the assistant marketing manager, and she's like, oh my God, like super busy. Like I just didn't have time to sign off on that today. And so we're messing around with invoices, and then our back office has to get the invoice set up. It was a mess, dude. Okay, for my peak performance coaching, it's $250 up front for a 2-hour call, or it's $1,000 a month up front, and that's a recurring fee every month that goes by your credit card or PayPal, and all those things are notified in the terms of service and on my sales page, so my clients know exactly what to expect, and it's just automated. Okay, and if he wants to cancel, he cancels at any time. There's not a refund, but you cancel. You want to cancel, you cancel, and it doesn't recur anymore. And every month you get an automated invoice, and if you cancel, you get an invoice, and you get my agreement and my message that I canceled for you. Okay, that protects you a lot, because look, first of all, most people pay their bills late. Second of all, like, out of your 10 clients, one of them, who knows, maybe 10% of your clients won't pay you, right? And they owe you $15,000, $20,000, $30,000. What are you gonna do? It's gonna be real hard to chase them down. And going to court's just gonna cost you money and time away from your business. All right, which leads me to point number 4 on protecting yourself. Just be ethical, right? Don't give guys a reason to try and cheat you. Don't give guys a reason to try and not pay you. Over deliver on service. Throw in little things. Maybe do, if the client's not happy, do a little bit extra for them to make them happy. Don't give your clients a reason to leave. Don't give them a reason not to pay you. Don't give them a reason to try and mess with you. Of course, you know, there's bad people out there, but also be ethical with your business partner. Don't, if you choose to one, don't give him a reason to try and do harm to you. Okay, don't give people a reason to resent you. Give people as many reasons to like you as possible and be as ethical as possible. And that ethics and doing favors and doing things for people and over-delivering on service goes a long way in terms of protecting yourself and protecting your brand. All right, so that's my 2 cents. Hope you found that useful. Let me know what you think in the comments section. All the best to you in your personal development journey.